Okay, I'd like to call to order the Concord Township Council meeting for November 6, 2019. We could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. If anyone has any cell phones or other electronic devices, if you could silence them or turn them off, it would be appreciated. At the call to chair, I'd like to move down to the recognition part of our program. John, do you want to deal with that, please, for us, or handle that for us, please?
Sure, absolutely. So we have a proclamation honoring Patrick Hughes. Whereas Concord Township is the proud home of veterans who have answered the call of our nation to defend our freedom, dating back to the American Revolution and continuing through World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, to present-day conflicts in the Middle East. And whereas one of those veterans, Patrick Hughes, who served with distinction in the United States Marine Corps during the Vietnam War, is an active member of the Four Chaplains Memorial Foundation and the Missing Man Table, a member of the Irish Veterans, the Rolling Thunder National Inc., Veterans of Foreign Wars, American Legion, and Bikers Against Child Abuse. And whereas the Delaware County Veterans Memorial in Newtown Square was dedicated on May 11, 2013, as the region's newest monument to honor all veterans and memorializes veterans of Delaware County who were killed in action while serving their country, and their names are inscribed on the walls of honor. And whereas Delaware County Veterans Memorial Association and Delaware County Council have selected Patrick Hughes as one of its 2019 Freedom Medal recipients for his contributions to the community and to the country. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the Concord Township Council, congratulate Patrick Hughes and all of the 2019 Freedom Medal Award winners for their bravery, service to their country, dedication to the community. Proclaimed the 6th day of November 2019, Township of Concord Council.
John, that is in the form of a motion, I would assume?
Yes, sir.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hughes, I want to congratulate you, but before we do any pictures or photos, I think we have Representative Brar here who also has a similar proclamation, and then we'll, by all means, we'll hold our applause, and deservedly so, we'll render it at that time. Want to use the podium, Steve? Or Steve's pretty loud. He can just face the audience.
Audience at home can't hear you, though. Audience here at home. Here, you want to?
There you go. There you go.
That work? All right. Hey, I've known Patrick Hughes probably for, I would say at least 30 years or longer, and I know him as a neighbor and a good friend back when he used to live in Chichester, and he was always very, very supportive of me. But what I know best about Patrick is his dedication to the POW MIA cause, and we had what Patrick has done is gone around not just the state of Pennsylvania, but the country, and had these, what we refer to as chairs of honor for our POW, make sure that we recognize and never forget their service to our country. And because of Patrick, I started a tradition about 25 years ago with the POW MIA flag. Every time an Eagle Scout gets his Court of Honor for becoming an Eagle Scout, I present that Eagle Scout with a POW and MIA flag. And I do that because I tell the Eagle that all through their scouting career, okay, they take an oath of sacred honor, which is the same oath that this flag flies for the men and women of our country who have taken a very similar oath of sacred honor. And I love to present that to them. And 24 years later, I still have Eagle Scouts that come up to me and say, Mr. Brar, I still have that flag that you gave me. But we have a very special recognition here for Patrick today. And Pat, could you come up? And a few years ago, when we dedicated a chair of honor in the Pennsylvania State Capitol, just outside the Speaker of the House's office. And Patrick was there that day. He was the person that really pushed to get this chair of honor installed in the state capitol, which it still stands there today with a plaque from the House of Representatives. But the one thing I love about Patrick today he was there. And we were doing a memorial service on the House floor. You may not remember, but there were some of my colleagues, some of the other representatives in the room were talking while we were doing a ceremony honoring MIA POWs. And Patrick quickly informed them that this was a memorial service and asked them to be quiet. And they kind of looked at him, and they came up to me later and he said, "Oh my God," he said, I was, it was, nobody ever did that to him before. And it was great. And I remember you doing that, and it was, I'm so glad you got them to shut up. Sometimes, we get annoyed with all the talking that memorial service. But I want to read this citation for you if you want to come over here. The House of State, this is the House of Representatives citation. Very beautiful. Patrick, show it off. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, House of Representatives citation. Whereas the House of Representatives of Pennsylvania is always pleased to celebrate those individuals who, through their service to our country, uphold the principles and traditions set forth by our forefathers of this great nation. Whereas Patrick J. Hughes is being honored with a Freedom Medal Award for dedication to our country by the Delaware County Veterans Memorial Association during a dinner which will be held November 14, 2019. Whereas Mr. Hughes has served his country with honors and distinction as a member of the United States Marine Corps during the Vietnam War. Active in his community, he works tirelessly with the POW MIA National Chair of Honor program. Having served with distinction throughout his military career, Mr. Hughes wore his uniform proudly. He brought proficiency and expertise to the challenging assignment and conducts himself with devotion, duty reflected with his allegiance and the highest standards of military service. Now, therefore, the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania congratulates Patrick J. Hughes upon his richly deserved recognition and pays tribute to him for enduring countless hardships, making untold sacrifices, and placing himself in harm's way to defend and protect the cause of freedom. And your citation is signed by myself and also the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Michael Torzai. Congratulations. God bless you.